Have you? Tottenham Hotspur have bottled the Super Cup to PSG. Come on! What's going on, people? Urson here. Welcome back to the channel. Yes, PSG have beaten Tottenham Hotspur in the penalty shootout to win the Super Cup. Champions of Europe, you bottled it again. The real champions of Europe showed up. Finally, their first game of pre-season and came up clutch. 2-0 down in the 70th minute. Up steps Kang In-lee. Up steps Gonçalo Ramos coming off the bench to give them two important goals. They buried their penalties as Chevalier stepped up to mock Matthias Tell, who missed his penalty. Then up stepped up Nuno Mendes to hit the ball top bins, and then bang, PSG win the UEFA Super Cup. That's what champions of Europe actually do. But yes, I'm relieved. I can't lie to you, yeah? Let's talk about the game. While I want to cook Spurs and say they're bottlers and whatever, as an Arsenal fan, they played well. They were out of sight. If it wasn't for that Lee Kang-in finish, it looked like they were going to win 2-0. But PSG have super quality off the bench. Kang In-lee with a like, they took the lead very well. Two good set pieces from Spurs. They were all over PSG. They had more fitness. Talking about the game now, like Van der Ven, a good volley from inside the box. Good work from Romero. Chevalier makes a brilliant save. It falls to Van der Ven, who takes it in the back of the net. But then they score again. Tottenham to go 2-0 up after half time. Lovely free kick yet again. In no man's land was Romero. He heads it in. Chevalier's got to do a bit better. And then all the control, all the momentum in the world went to Tottenham. They were in control. They were playing well. Richarlison looked like a massive threat. He was brilliant. He comes off. You know, I don't know why. Maybe he was a bit tired. They did a bit of rotation. But PSG bring on Lee Kang-in, Alfadue, Gonçalo Ramos, Fabian Ruiz on, right? And the game just completely changed. Like, two other players had come off for PSG and PSG just upped the ante in it. Volley from Lee Kang-in was serious. Goes in the back of the net. And that's what you need to do. Spurs, they were looking very well prepared. They were looking sharp. They defensively were built as a rock. Romero and Van der Ven were clipping out everything. But then Lee Kang-in has a shot from distance and it just arrows in the back of the net. Bow and arrow settings on point, on target, venomous effort. Keeper had no chance. And you're there thinking, there might be one chance left. And there was. Dembele in the build-up puts in a lovely ball in, right? And Hakimi crosses it in. No man's land, no one near Gonçalo Ramos. He heads the ball in the back of the net to go 2-2. And PSG celebrate in the end, having their penalty shootout. And the first penalty for Vitinha was poor. It was a poor run-up, like, he misses it for PSG. Solanke scored his. And they go 2-0 up again, like in the game. But then they somehow threw it away. Some poor penalties from Matthias Tell gave PSG that bit of edge they needed. And boy, oh boy, did the players step up when they needed to. And I'm relieved because PSG are, in my opinion, the best team in the world. But they bottled it against Chelsea to give them the Club World Cup. And Chelsea done really well. Chelsea have had that momentum. Chelsea, we've had 2 games now in pre-season looking fit and sharp for the Premier League. PSG didn't. Tottenham, they played us. They beat us. I'm not sure about their other games in pre-season. I don't really watch Tottenham like that. I was focused on Arsenal. They had the momentum to win this game against PSG. And they threw it away. The fact that PSG faced nobody else since that game against Chelsea tells me they wasn't in it to... Yet they performed pretty well. Richarlison fit and raring to go. I thought, like, going forward, Jed Spence was causing the problems. He should be in the England team as a left back next season, alongside Lewis Skelly, in my opinion. There's an England cap available if he wants to take it. All things considered. Like, we helped Tottenham in this game by losing to them. And we helped PSG get into this competition by losing to them in the semis. And then they done really well against Inter. This could have been an Arsenal-Tottenham game had PSG not won us over the 2 legs. Do you know? But I'm relieved because I didn't want Tottenham to win that Super Cup. They would have won it more times than Arsenal. That they would have been the real champions of Europe. For me, even though the Super Cup is one game, it should be this a semi-final of the Conference League winners and the Europa League winners to face the finalists, right? To win the Champions League. You know, there was a talk about a 14 tournament. I think it works. You know, the Super Cup winners, Champions League winners, Europa League and Conference League winners. Yeah, it'll make things exciting ahead of the new season. Why not? You know, if you have it in Italy, a game in Udine, a game in Milan, a game in Napoli, why not? Like, it would be good fun to watch. But yeah, Tottenham momentum stuffed out of them. They are the runners up, but they were runners up because they won the Europa League. This could have been Man United if they're not fluffed their lions, but a successful hate watch. Tottenham do look good for the new season. Let's not get too focused up about it. Kudus had a decent game. They will get in the top 6, in my opinion. I think they'll be in the races. It's hard to see where will people finish until the season really kicks off and the transfer window ends. But they looked good against Arsenal. They need a couple new signings. If Eze joins them and Savinho joins them, they're going to be looking very exciting on the counter-attack. It's the way Thomas Frank plays. It's what he specialises in. You've seen it many times for Brentford, as you see. Like, I'm looking on my screen as the Tottenham players take off the medals. But they played well in this game. You know, some of the players did deserve to win that. Spence, Papa Matasar, you know, they were good. They were good in this game. Frank tactically, although outclassed by Enrique in the end, the first 85 minutes, Frank was on top. Frankly speaking, pardon the pun. But yeah, Super Cup, it was a good game to watch. Luis Enrique is the best manager in the world, despite getting schooled by Cole Palmer, and he looks really cool, by the way, Enrique. Like the cargos, black t-shirt, the Nikes, yeah. That's the drip I want my Arteta to wear, but he's wearing shoes, like, uncomfortable to watch. Like, as a standing there looking uncomfortable, but credit to PSG, man. Nuno Mendes, man, left back of the season, like, Vitinha, centre mid of the season, Nations League victory, Club World Cup finalists, Champions League and now Super Cup winners. They deserve a lot of credit, and so does like Dembele and Chevalier for getting them back into the game alongside Gonçalo Ramos, proving why you need a striker. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. A successful hate watch. The new season to begin. Come on, join the watch alongs, hit the like button and subscribe. In a bit, people, in a bit, I'm out. Come on, PSG. Vamos, Arsenal!